Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are on this fast forward planet. Spinning around the sun while a pandemic is still spinning around this planet. Everyone's playing catch up, trying to get enough vaccinations out there into the world to stem the tide, the biological tide. It's going to take time. Screen time is normal time for us coming forward still for many months, partly for years to come, because some of this actually is better than what we can do face to face. But on Sunday mornings, this show is all about connection from a distance through music and the arts. And I have great guests lined up today. I see Claudia Gibson coming in from Texas, where the water and the heat and the power are presumably flowing again. She'll be on with us in a second. Laurie Siegel and David Tarlow are here. They're going to be in our first round. I wanted to quickly play a bit of a remarkable composition from an album, America at War, by Joel Harrison, who's going to be on mid-show to talk about a book he is coming out through on insights he's learned from 27 different guitar players he's gotten to know over the years. But he's an amazing guitar player. So let me just play a little bit of this clip to begin with. This is a song, March on Washington, from this CD, America at War. And of course, war is at home. This was written before our recent marches and the like, but here you go.
One, two, you know what to do.
So that was a nice way to kick things off a little bit. Joel Harrison is an amazing composer and guitar player who will be on the show around 11. But we have some of our regular crew of wonderful singer, songwriter, performers here to kick things off. So good morning, everybody.
Hi.
How are you doing? You can unmute now if you would like. Hey, Claudia, let's start with you because, like, you've been, what's that song that you did about Surviving Weird Times. You've played it on here a few times because
End of Days. Yeah, I'm not going to play that one today.
No, I know, but it's like, and then you've had fire and flood, and now cold.
It's been quite a week. Yeah.
You're just for those who don't know, Claudia Gibson. She's in Wimberley, Texas, which is has been in the middle. This is the first event. I had a session on here on Friday. This is the first time all of Texas has experienced the same weather disaster at the same time.
It was pretty awful. You've been in Arctic conditions, and that's what it was like, basically.
But I was kind of dressed for it,
Yeah, you had your nice, your nice puffy jacket on and all that. No, it was pretty horrible, but we survived. We did okay. Our electric was out. I think the worst was waking up on an overnight when it went out and we had no heat. And inside the house it was 47, so that was pretty cold.
Yeah, and sadly, I think the death toll is up to around 60, and there are people who died of hypothermia essentially
young
in their
children
sleep.
too. Yeah,
I know, it's horrible.
It's really awful. We had been from the Northeast, and back in the 90s when we were out, you probably remember, for 4 or 5 days, and in snow and 2 feet of snow, and it was a big deal when the health club up in Fishkill opened up, and we ran up and got showers and ate pizza. It was great. Right. But it was, we prepared, and luckily we had a gas stove, and I made a lot of soups and chilies, and we kind of kept the cast iron pan on with that stuff on the stove, and kind of huddled. And
I remember all of that.
Yeah, and I think, the only thing I was worried about today, because I didn't get my internet access back until last night, is whether I'd be trying to do this on a hot spot, and that was going to be a little dicey.
That would be tough, yeah.
So, yeah, but yeah, it was, we fared okay, and it was just kind of, I guess, what's the term, cognitive dissonance, to be taking out my dog to run around in the snow, which I haven't done in 14 years, and, different dog, and I was like, okay, come on, don't have to worry about a leash, there's no cars here, and, 6 inches of snow, it was crazy, but, yeah, it was, I don't want to redo it, no. The snow was nice.
So it's good to have David Tarlow in Brooklyn and Laurie Siegel in Beacon here as well, and I'm in Nelsonville, in the tiny village of Nelsonville, nestled into the town of Phillipstown, across the hill from Storm King Mountain. But let's start with Claudia Gibson, seeing as you've been sort of
David Tarlow from Montreal, so I know about.
Montreal, of course, right?
And I was there. I was there 2 years ago for Folk Alliance conference, and it was such a beautiful city and so cold. I was like, wow, I haven't been in cold like this for a while.
It is cold there, boy. So, Claudia, what do you have in mind musically to get us going after that Joel Harrison song about March on Washington?
Yeah, I'm going to play nothing political. I'm going to play nothing about weather. I'm going to play nothing about end times or any of that. I think, what really got a lot of people through, we kind of forgot all about, for the moment while it was going on. Political parties and this and that. It was just neighbors helping neighbors, families. If you were with a spouse or a family member, you were just taking care of each other. So I'm going to do. But that sounds a little out of tune. My guitar has been suffering a little bit too from the variance in weather. But I'm going to do a song.
While you're tuning, Sarah Render from Denton, Texas, says their house got down to 38 degrees.
Oh man, she wins. Yeah. Denton's a little farther north. That's up in Dallas.
Ernie Seitz says good morning, y'all, and Rick Polari says he misses playing together. All right.
Well, anyway, I'm gonna do this song that originally I wrote for my husband when I lived up in. Did I write it? No, I wrote it when we were down here. Yeah, but it's about us, sort of. It's called Step by Step. Riding round in your old car and wishing on an evening star, as if wishing made things true. So young, we were gay, a leap of faith to change my name. All we had was me and you. Step by step, line by line, stick by stick, day by day. Baby, yeah, we built it up and made something out of nothing. One by one, two by two, traveling alone and maybe with you one night. Baby, yeah, we built it up and make a lifetime that is something me and you. Baby, me and you. It's true. And Andy, I'm gonna have to stop because I haven't been playing guitar for a week, and all the lyrics have kind of flown out of my head. It's really embarrassing. So I'm like, I don't remember what the next verse is.
Oh, it's such a great groove.
Well, you know what? I could probably continue if you give me like a second, and I just grab the lyrics right here.
It had me thinking about a song I did that's kind of got that same hang in there.
Yeah. Oh, here
Aspect.
we go. Okay, I'll start from the chorus and then go into the second
Cool.
verse. How embarrassing, you know?
Oh,
But
come on.
I kind of like woke up and said, "Okay, play." My brain's like, "No."
No problem.
Step by step, brick by brick, line by line, stick by stick, day by day. Baby, yeah, we built it up and made something out of nothing. One by one, two by two, traveling alone and maybe with you day and night. Baby, gonna build it up and make a lifetime that's something me and you. Baby, me and you. It's true. Got a job, yeah, we both did. Made a home and raised our kids. Every phase without a clue. And each time we nearly split, you always raised your game up, baby. Finding ways to pull us through. Step by step, brick by brick, line by line, stick by stick, day by day. Baby, yeah, we built it up and made something out of nothing. One by one, two by two, traveling alone and maybe with you day and night. Baby, gonna build it up and make a lifetime that is something me and you. Baby, me and you. It's true. Baby, me and you. Thank you.
Very
And
nice.
how embarrassing to forget your own words. And part of it is my husband I gotta show you this, okay? My husband's a chef, and so he had brought this up and said, here's some food, and I'm smelling this, and it's like lox. You know, we went out.
Oh my God. That looks
I know.
great.
It's like this catered breakfast, and I'm smelling it, and I'm like, wow, that smells really good. And then I'm like, words, you
The
know.
brain, they talk about multitasking, but there's been behavioral studies that show that it's a fantasy, that we really do have to.
No, there's no such thing. And I just call it the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. You know, the little fleeting thoughts come in, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
the words
Yeah.
go away. So thanks.
Wow. That's cool. I'm glad things have warmed up there. I was just tweeting about your emerging from your semi thawed from your
The brain
experience.
just has to de-thaw a little bit.
Yeah.
Was it like that when you came back from Antarctica? Were you just like so like focused on like staying warm that you couldn't think?
Oh well, I never got to Antarctica. I was the North
I mean,
Pole,
Arctic, yeah, North Pole,
in 2003, and there you're just the environment you're in is so distracting. It's impossible going down. It's circling you around. The clock was set at Moscow time because the Russians run the camp. So when you're at the North Pole, it can be any time because it's 24-hour day sunlight when we were there. So all that stuff is like completely overwhelming. Oh yeah, by the way, it's 20 degrees below zero.
Yeah.
And then but the batteries on my camera recorder were going flat too fast, and that reminded me it's freaking cold.
It's freaking cold.
That's a thumbnail sketch of my my Arctic experience.
I think that's all you need to know. It's freaking cold up there.
Yeah. So David Tarlow and Lori, how are you guys doing?
Doing great.
Great.
Yeah. David in Brooklyn, what's the song you have in mind this morning? And as we're in this finishing the second month of 2021, which feels like a weird thing.
As I said, I'm originally from Montreal. As a matter of fact, speaking of 20 below, my grandniece in southern Quebec just turned 11, and she decided what she wanted to do for her birthday. It was she and her father and their friend and his father went for an overnight near the little town where they used to live outdoors, and they slept outdoors. That's what you wanted for her. Go figure.
That's impressive.
So being from Montreal, this song is by my friend Paul Kaplan from People's Music Network, and it's a song about Jackie Robinson's first day in baseball, in minor league baseball, and of course Jackie Robinson came up to Brooklyn through the Montreal Royals.
I didn't know that.
Yes, so this is the story of his first game, and then after it, I'm going to share the picture that's mentioned in the song. It's called Welcome Home. On the 18th of April, 1946, it was opening day for the Royals. Young Jackie Robinson stood at the plate in his first game on minor league soil. With two men on base, his bat, he stood at the mound. The fastball came in, his bat flew around. While circling the bases, 3-1s with one blow, Jackie hoped now his team would respect him. But a voice in his head kept telling him no, as a Negro they'd never accept him. Approaching the plate, he broke out in a grin, for there stood a teammate to usher him in. Welcome home, welcome home, Mr. Jackie Robinson, welcome, welcome home. Try it, welcome home, welcome home, Mr. Jackie Robinson, welcome, welcome home. It was George Shuba waiting, his right hand outstretched. Jackie put out his own and George took it. A moment of grace for the whole human race as George gripped Jackie's hand and then shook it. A natural reaction, a man to a man. Someone hits a homer, you hold out your hand. Welcome home, welcome home, Mr. Jackie Robinson, welcome, welcome home, welcome home, welcome home, Mr. Jackie Robinson, welcome, welcome home. In George Shuba's living room, only one photo is hung from his days as a player. Not the World Series home run that he's proudest of, now that he's older and grayer. It's minor league Shuba in front of the crowd, and his body language is shouting out loud. Welcome home, welcome home, Mr. Jackie Robinson, welcome, welcome home, welcome home, welcome home. Mr. Jackie Robinson, welcome, welcome home, welcome home, welcome home. Mr. Jackie Robinson, welcome, welcome home. Isn't that a wonderful song?
It really is. Yeah.
Let me show you the picture. This is the hold on. I have it right here. And you said I can share this, right?
Should work. It should work. Share screen.
Share screen. And let me get it up here. And that picture is.
You have to click on the picture within the box that you want to share.
Oh yeah.
I might be able to share. I could share.
Let's see.
I see what I think is the picture here. On. Hold on a second. Is it with Jackie holding bats, like getting ready?
No. I guess it would never. It's a picture. It's the picture of George Shuba shaking Jackie Robinson's hand, autographed from George Shuba to Paul Kaplan.
Oh, interesting. Oh, cool. Oh, it's the actual picture.
It's the actual picture which Paul framed and he autographed it for Paul.
That's really cool.
Just wonderful. Just wonderful.
Well, we can see the image in our heads just from the song, which is what a good song does. That's awesome.
Oh, I see. Because I had to answer, will you allow StreamYard to share your screen? And I did.
Do you allow?
Okay, sorry.
While Lori is getting set up, I'll show. There is a picture on Wikipedia of Jackie's first day. Let me see if I can just show that so people can get the idea. It's a different shot. Yep, there he is, warming up. And thank you for that. Sometime we'll have to get some more Montreal, more French Canadian tunes on here too. I love that.
Yeah.
That stuff. Okay, let me stop sharing. So Lori,
yes.
Deacon,
Hi.
What's your musical heart and soul saying this morning?
Well, I'm actually going to write a song that I wrote by the Hudson River. It was I was smelling the sea breezes coming off the Hudson and thinking, there's no line between the river and the sea. And David added to the song. So it's actually a collaboration. So we share the songwriting credits on this. So it's kind of fun to do it when he's here. It'd be better if he could play with me. I hear his banjo part in my head, but until the day we can be in the same place singing to you,
right?
You'll just have to imagine that. And here we go. I smell the salt of the ocean on the river's tide, and it makes me wonder, where is the line? Where does a river begin? Who makes the call? It's all the same water after all. And there's no line between the river and the sea. No, there's no line between the river and the sea. And all of us together make one big family. And there's no line between the river and the sea. All the same water. And how does one get the notion? Creator divine. What makes us think we must take sides? And where does a nation begin? Who makes the call? We're watching the same sky after all. And there's no line between the river and the sea. No, no, there's no line between the river and the sea. And all of us together make one big family. There's no line between the river and the sea. It's all the same water. In this life we all make the same journey as we travel from cradle to dust. The same passions and joys and worries and water under us. And I smell the salt of the ocean on the river tide, and it makes me wonder, where is the line? Where does a river begin? Who makes the call? It's all the same water after all. We're all the same water after all. And there's no line between the river and the sea. No, no, there's no line between the river and the sea. And all of us together make one big family. There's no line between the river and the sea. It's all the same water.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, those of us who live along the Hudson, particularly this first 100 miles of the Hudson is an arm of the sea, literally. So
Yeah,
as we might sing The River That Flows Both Ways someday here too. I'm sure
absolutely.
we probably have already. Somebody has.
I like that you showed the picture of the Hudson there.
Yeah. I
yeah.
treasure that every day.
Yeah.
I miss the Hudson so much.
I can do that
do.
song for sure.
That's cool.
Yeah, he can.
I'm sure. Well, Claudia, do you have another one? We could go a little into the 11 a.m.
I
half
do.
hour.
Actually, I'm sitting here. I confess, I was stuffing my face with.
It looked incredibly good.
And I dropped half of it on the floor, so that was sort of tragic. But yeah, I think and I'd said before. Excuse me, I have to just. No matter how neat you make it, your wires always end up in the middle of the show, end up doing terrible things. But I said I wasn't going to play that song End of Days, and then I was looking, and I'm like, you know what? That song is.
Yeah.
I wrote it after we had a terrible flood here in Wimberley, and I was just so impressed by how people were helping each other. Whoops.
Oh no! I
Yeah.
hate that.
Yeah,
I bet that
use
was
the
some
guitar.
function of the temperature change too.
It probably was because I was tuning down. So
Yeah.
someone else will have to go while I
Okay.
change a string. But anyway, I'm going to play that song just because it really hit me how people were helping each other, and that's kind of what
That's
went
the
on
best
this past
part.
week.
Yep.
So I'm going to excuse myself for a minute and go do that.
Okay. So, David, you had another idea for a tune, I know, this morning too.
All right, this is a song really that I hope everybody will join in on. Very simple. Noah, heist the window, let the dove come in. And here's how the chorus goes. Noah, heist the window, Noah, heist the window, Noah. Heist the window, let the dove come and sing it. Noah, Noah, heist the window, Noah, Noah, heist the window, Noah, Noah, heist the window, let the dove come in. Moses stood by the Red Sea shore. Heist the window, let the dove come in, a smiting the waters with a 2x4. Heist the window, let the dove come in. Noah, heist the window, Noah. Heist the window, Noah. Heist the window, heist the window, let the dove come in. God gave Noah the rainbow sign. Heist the window, let the dove come in. No more water, but the fire next time. Heist the window, let the dove come in. Noah, Noah, heist the window. Noah, Noah, heist the window. Noah, Noah, heist the window. Heist the window, let the dove come in. We're zooming our lives in a grieving nation. Heist the window, let the dove come in. Now let's get to work for the next generation. Heist the window, let the dove come in. Noah, heist the window. Noah, heist the window. Noah, heist the window. Heist the window, let the dove come in. The racists rose up down in Washington. Heist the window, let the dove come in. But they were defeated, democracy won. Heist the window, let the dove come in. Noah, heist the window. Noah, heist the window. Noah, heist the window. Heist the window, let the dove come in. Let our voices resound from the sea to sky. Heist the window, let the dove come in. And Black Lives Matter is the rallying cry. Heist the window, let the dove come in. Noah, heist the window. Noah, heist the window. Noah, heist the window. Heist the window, let the dove come in.
Bravo. I like that new verse too, by the way.
It's a song. Every time I do it, I make up verses for whatever's going on, you know?
It's funny how things keep going on too.
Yeah.
The relevance doesn't go away.
It doesn't seem to stop, does it?
No.
Many versions.
I think I see Joel Harrison in the waiting room, and I think Dan Ramey is going to come on again. I can't remember if he's in the 11 o'clock hour or two, but hold on. Let me just pull up my little calendar thing. And Lori, do you have a last little song to
Sure.
share?
You know what? I'm thinking a cappella too, actually.
That's why you picked up the guitar?
Well, just to get a note. Yes, yeah, you know. This is one you can. I want to hear you all singing with me. Okay, here we go. When I sing my song, I'm gonna sing out loud. When I sing my song, I'm gonna sing out loud. I'm gonna sing out strong, and I'm gonna sing out proud. When I sing my song, I'm gonna sing out loud. Let's sing that together. When I sing my song, I'm gonna sing out loud. When I sing my song, I'm gonna sing out loud. I'm gonna sing out strong, and I'm gonna sing out proud. When I sing my song, I'm gonna sing out loud. When I speak my mind, I'm gonna speak it clear. When I speak my mind, I'm gonna speak it clear. I'm gonna speak out without shame and doubt. Speak out without fear. When I speak my mind, I'm gonna speak it clear. No matter who tries to stop me, I'll have my say. No matter who tries to stop me, I'll have my say. 'Cause we're in a bind and humankind won't make it any other way. No matter who tries to stop me, I'll have my say. Many voices make a stronger song. Many voices make a stronger song. So if you want to fight to keep your rights, lift your voice and sing along. Let me hear you. Many voices make a stronger song. Oh, when I sing my song, I'm going to sing out loud. When I sing my song, I'm gonna sing out loud. I'm gonna sing out strong, and I'm gonna sing out proud. When I sing my song, I'm gonna sing out loud. When I sing my song, I'm gonna sing out. When I sing my song, I'm gonna sing out. When I sing my song, I'm gonna sing out loud.
And once again, I'm missing those moments when we sang together all those days. As Breakneck Ridge Review, Trouble Sisters, fantastic, Lori, to have you and David here. And the morning is expanding. We have Joel Harrison, who I think is in the Catskills. I guess we'll find out in a second. And David Ross from Beacon. And Claudia Gibson is back from not so cold Wimberley now. I am going to show briefly from Getty had did a roundup of some of the volunteer work that's been underway there in all across Texas. Again, this is the first time Texas has had a climatic misadventure that's affected the entire state. And this state is a big state for those who haven't been there. It takes many, many, many hours to drive north or south and east and west. It's a big place. So it's been an extraordinary disaster there. Hold on one second. And it's still unfolding for those who think this was like a thunderstorm that just swept through. So here, as Claudia was saying, there's a lot of volunteerism that sprouts up. And here's a little vista of that from Getty. Water, there's, as of yesterday, there were 7 million people still with a boil water alert. Pretty remarkable. So we wish all of our Texas friends and Oklahoma friends, we wish them well. So let's get back to the music. And Claudia, I don't know if, first let's say hi to Joel. So Joel Harrison, if you're unmuted, can you say good morning and tell me where you are in the world? I can't remember if you're in the Catskills or elsewhere.
Good morning. Yes. I hope you're hearing me.
Yep.
Good. Yeah, I'm in the Catskills.
You're not alone. There's many Catskillians who come on this show periodically. So welcome.
Thanks.
And I played a little part of one of the, it was the March on Washington song from your CD, America at War, at the very beginning of the show. You're a remarkable guitarist and composer in your own right. And it's just an honor to have you on the show via our mutual friend, David Rothenberg. And we'll talk a little bit about your project in a second. David Ross, how are you?
I'm well. Still a lot of snow up here in Beacon, as you know, but it's been a good time for reading and thinking.
And you've been still teaching online, right? I think
teaching at the School of Visual Arts. Yeah, talking to my students in California and China and Korea and all over the world. That's really encouraging to talk to all these young artists. And Claudia, great to see you here, and hope you made it through all that cold weather and all your wonderful instruments made it through well as well.
We were all packed away.
We were thinking about you.
So before we get into this next round, Joel and David, Claudia, if you could slip in that song that we were talking about a minute ago, that'd be awesome.
I will. Yeah, I will. Thank you. My that's the first time I ever broke a string tuning down, so I guess the strings were a little brittle, even though they were all tucked away and very well cared for during the cold.
Yeah.
Anyway, this song is called End of Days, and It's kind of inspired. It was inspired by weather events out here in Texas, and floods that we had about 6 years ago this year. And before that, when we were having hurricanes and wildfires. But it's kind of about how just, people working together just a little bit by little bit can really pull people through. So this is End of Days. Hurricanes, wildfires, seems like Mother Nature's running wild. Is this the end of days? Feels like the end of days. River floods, house is gone, left in mud just to carry on. Is this the end of days? Feels like the end of days. Preacher says, brother, you need religion. Get down on your knees and seek a vision. Wind blowing in like it's Judgment Day. Maybe this world's gonna wash away. 2 was his plan. 40 days till they hit the land. Was it the end of days? Was it the end of days? Rainbow sky, journey's end. 7 miles just to start again. Was it the end of days? Won't seem like the end of days. Forget waiting, sister, for your deliverance. Just making a move can make a difference. No use worrying about the Judgment Day. All of your fears are gonna fade away. And I can't wait one more minute. I got to live this life, all that's in it. Time keeps ticking to the Judgment Day. I don't want these years just to waste away. Are we lost, me and you? Where is love? Will we make it through? Is this our end of days? No, it's not our end of days. It's not the end of days. No.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, guys, for your silent clapping.
Hang in
It
there.
reminds me of that Kurt Vonnegut novel with all the little one-handed plumber creatures clapping
Yeah.
away. but thank you.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
nice comments coming in from Texas here too. There's some guy named Harlan Gibson.
The man who cooked my breakfast. Yes.
Oh,
That I
Another-
spilled half of on the floor. The little capers are rolling away, and I'm going.
yeah. I was showing some hashtag chefs for Texas stuff from the World Kitchen folks who've been handing out thousands of meals, but
Well, that's what
that
chefs
meal
do,
counts
yeah.
too.
That's what chefs do. They feed people. And we had just, even on our street, we had, we were bartering with friends down the street who, like, do you have coffee? Do you have this? Do you have that? We're kind of running back and forth with things, coffee beans for cocktails and all kinds of things. So, the important stuff.
So, Joel Harrison, tell us a little bit about yourself for those who are not familiar with the music, and about your project. You know, you've had some wonderful albums over the year, or your concerts are extraordinary. Alex DeGrassi, who was on the show a couple of weeks ago, recalled playing with you at one of the the other guitar festival, not the Alt Guitar Festival.
New York Guitar Fest. That's amazing. I haven't seen him since then, so that's great to hear. First of all, beautiful songs that I just heard. It's good to hear folk music, timeless music. When the world's falling apart, it's a tonic.
It is.
And wow, a little bit about me. I'm a composer, guitarist, educator, and writer, and I've released 22 CDs of my own music. And it's mainly based in jazz, but I'm also a songwriter and a film composer and a composer of fully notated music. And the book that you're referring to, that David Rothenberg is publishing, is a series of 27 interviews with guitarists. It's called Guitar Talk, and it's 27 interviews with visionary players. And the players who I'm interviewing tend to be the forward-thinking, more creative, unusual ones.
Right.
And it was really, no one learned more than me, let's put it that way, talking to all these people. So it's kind of exciting to have a compendium of the wisdom of the instrument for our times.
We've also had some builders on the show. We had on Fred Carlson, who has created these extraordinarily surreal instruments, and they look like a surrealist artist met your favorite guitar maker. And we've had on Chiho Han from over in Newburgh and others. What is it about the guitar specifically, Joel, do you think has created so much depth to those kinds of explorations?
Oh boy!
I mean,
Yeah.
or just give us a nugget or two from the interviews you've done. What are some of the things that come to the foreground?
First of all, what we just heard, the guitar playing we just heard, there's no other instrument except maybe the piano that can do that. What is it? It's a town square. The guitar is the essentially American instrument that has told our stories at least since the late 1800s. And that and the drum
Yeah,
are sort of at the basis of so much of our music. And of course, let me not digress into drumming, which I also love. But if we go to modern times, the electric guitar has become an extremely powerful force in music across the new music spectrum, which is new. It didn't used to appear in orchestras or in chamber music compositions. It now does. In guitar, it's now something of an institution. There's every kind of, the guitar can make almost any sound imaginable, from a whisper to a scream, to a pluck to a strum, a whisper, an ungodly, phantasmagoric, effects-laden world that one had never considered. So I love all kinds of guitar playing, and I wanted to talk to all kinds of guitar players. It's mainly electric guitar, and it's all improvisers for now.
yeah. I think, is Bill Frisell one?
Yes.
I got to get him on the show. I just love his work. He did a project with Donald Rubinstein, a songwriter and poet in Santa Fe, who I got to know, and Frisell just has this magical touch. It's just beyond.
Yeah. We discussed that magic.
I can imagine.
To
And
the
I just
degree one can.
last night I was just randomly listening to Joe Satriani. I don't know if he's in your mix, but oh my God! Again, the things he can do are just beyond belief. Well, that's really cool. And I showed there's a Kickstarter for this. I showed that a minute ago, which So people, the book is out or it's coming out?
It's coming out, and what we're trying to get people to do is order from the Kickstarter campaign, which is the same price as it would be retail, but we get all the money and don't have to share it with the publisher, which will not be the case once it's out.
There you go.
So yeah, it's called Guitar Talk. I think if you just plug Guitar Talk into Kickstarter, it's there.
Okay, cool.
Of course, appreciate any help. What David's doing is really putting out books that are non-commercial and really different, interesting. So it's great.
He's been on here before. If you haven't, Joel, I'll send you a link to when he did a flute duet through this weird process that normally prohibits simultaneous playing, but it was with Katie Coleman, who's an astronaut who has played flute on the space station, and it worked. It was kind of cosmic. Somehow his overtone flute and her flute jammed together through all the digital interference that normally impedes that.
Oh, I'd love to hear that.
Pretty great. Yeah, David's he's a wacky guy. He and I did something that ended up on NPR once. He had ice crackling noises, and I sang a tune about a lost Arctic explorer, and it really worked well. So
Wow.
Good luck with the project, and hang in here. Hang around. There's another great guitarist coming on in about 10 minutes, Daniel Ramey, who you might appreciate his stuff too. So hang out.
Love to. Thank you.
And David Ross, what's on your musical mind this morning, man?
Well, every day I kind of get a wonderful gift in the mail from the Poetry Foundation. I don't know if you subscribe to them, but it's just a wonderful gift. Every day they just send you a poem and just sets my day to thinking, And every once in a while I think that, well, this is a poem that if it hadn't been set to music, it needs to be. It's a poem that needs to be it's a poem that needs to be sung. Well, the other day, a poem came by a poet who I've always admired, a great African-American poet named Dudley Randall. He was a Detroit poet. He was born like 1914, died like 20 years ago. And 5 years to the date after the bombing of the church in Birmingham, Alabama, he wrote a song called "Ballad of Birmingham," which I always thought should be a song. It's the kind of song it's the kind of poem that Pete would think should be sung, to be remembered and to be shared. So I've put it to music and been trying to figure it out. It's the first time I'm playing it live, and so there might be a few mistakes still in it, but here it goes. It's the Ballad of Birmingham.
Cool.
Mother dear, may I go downtown instead of out to play and march the streets of Birmingham in a freedom march today? No, baby, no, you may not go, for the dogs are fierce and wild, and clubs and hoses, guns and jails aren't good for my little child. But mother, I won't be alone. Other children will go with me and march the streets of Birmingham, make our country free. No, baby, no, you may not go, for I fear those guns will fire. But you may go to church instead and sing in the children's choir. She has combed and brushed her night dark hair and bathed rose petals sweet, and drawn white gloves on her small brown hand, and white shoes on her feet. The mother smiled to know her child was in the sacred place, but that smile was the last smile come upon her face. When she heard the explosion, her eyes grew wet and wild. She raced through the streets of Birmingham, calling for her child. She clawed through bits and glass and brick, then lifted out a shoe. Oh, here's the shoe that my baby wore, but baby, where are you? Mother dear, may I go downtown instead of out to play and march the streets of Birmingham in a freedom march today.
David, that's great song. And now it is.
Yeah. Well, Dudley Randall was, he was an amazing poet and a real force in Detroit. He started a great bookstore that helped, people in the poor neighborhoods, in the black neighborhood in Detroit, buy books. The Poetry Prize in his name. He's a great hero. I wish Andre was on the show this morning, because Andre probably knows much more about him than I do. But he's an amazing poet, and this needs to be sung. Here we are in a country still absolutely divided by racism. We need to understand that there were people who've lived and died for this, and remember.
Absolutely. I'm posting a couple of links right now so people can mention that there's a way to support folk music. We've been talking about that and actually doing it this morning briefly on what's at that folk.org unlocked link.
Year has a big conference, and this year, of course, it's virtual, like everything else. But if I could, 15 seconds.
Yeah, or I could do it from this.
The Folk Unlocked, if you just go to folk.org, the page, don't go to conference site, but you just scroll down a little bit, keep going, and you'll say, donate for public showcase access.
Right.
You don't have to be enrolled in the conference to hear, it's kind of a real dizzying array of cases.
And it was,
there are showcases that, and that if you click on that link, it'll just go into an Eventbrite thing, and you can contribute whatever you want. If you don't have any money, you contribute zero. If you're blessed with a lot of money, you can contribute more. But it's official showcases from name artists, but then after that, there's all these unofficial showcases from artists that you might be happy to discover. I'm doing a few nights, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You can go in and search for different artists' experience via Zoom of what you would get if you were at hotel halls and hearing music come from every room.
There's nothing like that. Going down those hotel lobbies and even in the stairwells, finding little groups of musicians playing, and it's just like, it's
I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
It's like being at an accounting convention, but where everyone's got a guitar and they're all the doors are open to all the rooms. And
I would encourage not only just anyone to go in and listen to these shows. If you are a musician and you're interested in it, join Folk Alliance, and you can also join the virtual conference for as little as nothing to whatever you can contribute.
Right.
But all the regional Folk Alliance, the Northeast Regional Folk Alliance, the Southwest, they're wonderful, and I found them to be just such a great source of not only camaraderie and hearing people, but like today, for example, I'm gonna do a peer helping conference with Eliza Gilkinson and John Gorka. I get to spend 20 minutes with them and pick their brains, and so things like that is just invaluable. But hearing the music, I encourage everyone to do that. So thank you, Andy.
You're welcome. I want to see if I can just share one thing here. Let's see if this works. I'm gonna make sure I have the right link.
Oh, it's like Us Within Us.
I know it's Us
creepy.
Within Us. Oh no, that's the wrong link. Never mind. I thought it would be. That's particularly creepy. No, it was the scene with Katie Coleman and David Rothenberg doing that weird, wonderful flute duet for Joel's sake. But I'll hold off on that. We have other guests coming on in a couple minutes, but
I'm gonna pop off. So
all right. Well,
you
you have good luck with your day
you.
down there in
You too.
Wimberley. And anyone else, if you got to go, take care. Stay well. There's more coming.
Thank you, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Hey, Lori, see you soon.
See you
Oh,
soon.
actually,
Daniel.
here comes Daniel Ramey.
Adios, amigos.
Daniel, I wanted you to overlap with Joel for sure. And take care, everybody. Be well. So, Daniel Ramey, you're in Ann Arbor, right?
I am indeed.
And so you've kind of, let's see, have you been out of harm's way for most of this winter weather? Or?
Yeah, we Michigan is a little bit east of the where the Big Dip was.
Right.
So it's been cold, but nothing.
Yeah.
The usual.
Although I will say, I know you and your work at Resources for the Future, looking at energy policy, I guarantee you've been zoomed in on the Texas debacle. We should get you on one of the other shows. I had one on Friday with some people Melissa Lott and Emily Grubert and others. And the gas access here in the state, that's like swimming in natural gas. The valves were frozen and equipment was screwed up. And
yeah, one of the really interesting things that I haven't looked into much, but I hope to in the next couple of weeks is the extent to which production was actually affected. So natural gas and oil production in Texas, I declined, I want to say by like 10% or maybe even more, because the wells just like froze up. At least I think that's what happened. I'll need to look into it a little more.
The last time I was down in those gas fields, it was actually in New Mexico. There's a lot of gear there, a lot of instrumentation, to get gas out of the ground in these places takes machines. And I could see that easily freezing. And Joanne Rand out in Northern California, great to have you back. How are you?
Glad to be here.
Morning.
Yeah, I got the dog.
You're the earliest
walked.
riser here. So we have, for you guys who just came in, Joel Harrison, who's a spectacular guitarist and composer, and who was the founder of the Alt Guitar Festival, is here. He has a book project he's been talking about, David Ross and Beacon, who I think you've both intersected with. So great to have the West Coast and the Heartland in the mix.
And Joel, is that a talking drum behind you?
Yes, it is. That was one that was I bought, I think, in Africa in the 80s, and I had some beads put around it.
Very nice. I was lucky enough to study with a master drummer from Ghana when I was in college, and spent a few months in Ghana as well.
What was his name?
Abraham Adzenya at Wesleyan.
Sure. Yeah, I know that whole tradition. I studied with David Locke, who was an auxiliary of that whole scene in Boston long ago.
That's really cool.
Very cool.
I love it when these connections.
And Abraham had a band, a high life band that was called the Talking Drums. And I was one of the guitarists in the Talking Drums for a few.
Exciting.
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So hold on a second. I think I got this queued up properly now. I got to get back to this wacky moment. So it was an astronaut who had done many tours on the space station, long ones. And she's also a flutist. She did a simulcast. Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull, famously when she was up there.
Wow.
So then she's been on the show a couple of times. And this was a moment when and for all those out there who know about the constraints of digital connectivity. One of them is that we still haven't figured out a way to do really good, heinous playing, but for whatever reason, this works. So in a wacky way. So let me just play this for Joel's sake mainly. So is that cool or what?
That's great. Incredible.
It's amazing. Every once in a while.
We're so lucky to have David Rothenberg in our community, aren't we?
I know. He lives a couple blocks from me here,
Yeah.
just on that Nelsonville Cold Spring border here in the town of Phillipstown. Pretty cool. And but it's great to have you all in this community. Dan, do you have a tune lined up that you're thinking about this morning?
Yeah, I was just for a few minutes. It's kind of a sad song, but it's real pretty as well. Been thinking about this song because, I'm lonely, like so many of us probably are. I'm missing doing all the things that I love to do and seeing the people that I love to see. So this song sort of came to mind to reflect that.
Cool.
Feeling. It's a song by Merle Haggard called "The Way I Am."
Mm.
I wish I was down on some blue bayou with a bamboo cane stuck in the sand, but the road I'm on don't seem to go there. So I just dream, keep on being the way I am. I wish I enjoyed what makes my living, did what I do with a willing hand. Well, some might run, but that ain't like me. So I'll just dream, keep on being the way I am. The way I am don't fit my shackles. The way I am, reality. Well, I can almost see that bobber dancing. So I just dream, keep on being the way I am. And I guess I grew up a loner. Don't remember ever having any folks around. So I keep thumbing through the phone book and looking for my daddy's name in every town. And I meet lots of friendly people, but I always wind up leaving on the land. Hey, where I've been and where I'm going doesn't take a lot of knowing, but I've got a lot of questions about what I am. The way I am don't fit my shackles. The way I am, reality. I can almost feel the tattoo. So I'll just dream, keep on being the way I am. Yeah, I'll just dream, keep on being the way I am. So, a little sad song for a Sunday, but
Yeah, but
I think.
you know, these artists, some of these artists like Merle Haggard, even Dolly Parton, I think most people think of them as you know, characters, performers, but the songwriting, like that tune is so rich. I hadn't really dug in on it before, just until you just played it. And,
Yeah,
I deeply appreciate when songs like that resurface and you get to like linger in the words.
Yeah, the line that always sticks with me is, I grew up a loner, don't remember having any folks around, so I keep thumbing through the phone books looking for my daddy's name in every town. It's just really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and where he says, "I never liked the work I do." What was the way he goes at the work?
Yeah, this one doesn't resonate with me because luckily I liked my job.
Yeah. But you know, a lot of people feel trapped in their.
Which I enjoyed. What makes my living? Did what I do with a willing hand.
Really cool.
Yeah.
True poet. Amazing that guy could make an entire world come alive with like 12 lines.
Yeah, that's what great country music can do. Great music of all kinds. So Joanne, out west, you know, you're the earliest riser here. Hopefully you've had
That's
enough
right.
coffee to.
Got froggy in my throat. My husband told me I'm not allowed to clear my throat this morning. I was like, no.
Joel, if you got to go, take care.
Wonderful to meet you all. Best wishes till the next time.
Good luck with your project.
Thank you.
Okay, you take care.
All right.
All right, bye. So Joanne, what are you feeling musically this morning?
Right. Well, last time I came on your show, my theme was gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
And this time it's redemption and hope. You know, because there's just so much wrong.
Yeah.
In so many ways, we need to turn it around, and we are trying. And some of us, and it's hard. But anyway, there is always hope. And the earth goes on without us, I firmly believe.
That's true.
But anyway, I've got a couple of songs here. The first one you probably know. And I'll do the other one later.
Cool.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fear relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. Was blind, but now I see. The many dangers, toils, and snares I have already come. 'Twas grace that brought me here thus far, and grace will lead me home. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Was blind, but now I see. Though we've been here 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less ways to sing and dance in praise than when we first begun. Than when we first begun. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. Yeah. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Was blind, but now I see. Was blind, but now I see.
What a splendid version. I love the dynamics in that song. I mean, my favorite version until now, perhaps, is Pete Seeger's. And he does it. He stretches that song out so he walks through those verses very slowly, and it's very powerful in that way. And he gets everyone in the room, of course, singing. Got, I should say, past tense, sadly. But I love that too, because you just build a whole different dynamic into it.
Thank you. Yeah, I had been through a marriage and actually wrote this in the company of my second husband, in the home of my first husband, on some land that I had to leave when I left that marriage. And it's all about, you know, turning chapters and always having hope and renewal, redemption.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
beautiful. David Ross, did you have another tune in mind?
Well, yeah, I had a tune I was going to play last week when I couldn't make it to the show. And it's a song that I sing for my wife every year on Valentine's Day. So I'll sing it for you guys today.
Cool.
Still works.
It'll be recorded, of course, archived so that you can share it with her afterwards.
No, I got to do it live. But it's that great Steve Earle song, Valentine's Day. I come to you with empty hands. I guess I just forgot again. I've only got my love to send on Valentine's Day. Well, I ain't got a card to sign. Roses have been hard to find. I only hope that you'll be mine on Valentine's Day. I know that I swore that I wouldn't forget. I wrote it all down. I've lost it, I guess. But there's so much I want to say. The words just seem to slip away. The way you love me every day is Valentine's Day. Well, I know now if I could, I would. I'll deliver to you diamonds and gold. It's the least I can do. So if you'll take my IOU, I could make it up to you. Till then I hope my heart will do for Valentine's Day. For Valentine's Day.
Sweet. Really, really sweet. You know, I'm not sure I heard that song. Well, he's a talent, and so are you.
He writes some of the saddest songs. You know, Daniel was talking about sad songs. Somehow something counterintuitive about sad songs that I guess I always tend to look for them myself because they tend to make me happy. It's weird, but sad songs make me happy. You know, singing through a sad song and coming in touch with all the feelings that went into the making of that song, and then putting it back out into the world. Kind of, it's satisfying in a strange way.
Yeah, it's kind of the principle of the blues, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
Wonderful.
Catharsis and all that stuff. Daniel, what else you got thinking about?
Oh, well, I've got two other songs in mind that I'm trying to decide between. One of them's up tempo.
We can vote.
And one of them's a little slower. What do you think? Faster or slower?
I go for the slow myself.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, okay, Joanne's the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
I would say you choose.
Oh, wow.
That's not fair.
All right. Andy gets host privilege.
Oh.
Quick one. I got a feeling called the blues. Oh, Lord, since my baby said goodbye. Lord, I don't know what I'll do. All I do is sit and sigh. Oh, Lord, that last long day, she said goodbye. Oh, Lord, I thought I would cry. Well, she do me, she do you. She's got that kind of loving. Lord, I love to hear her when she called me sweet daddy. Such a beautiful dream. What's that next chord? There it is. I hate to think it all over. I lost my heart, it seems. I've grown so used to you somehow. But I'm nobody's sugar daddy now. When I'm lonesome, I got the lovesick blues. Well, I'm in love with a beautiful gal. That's what's the matter with me. I'm in love with a beautiful gal, but she don't care about me. Oh, I've tried and I've tried to keep her satisfied, but she just wouldn't stay. Oh, now that she is leaving, this is all I can say. I got a feeling called the blues, oh Lord, since my baby said goodbye. Lord, I don't know what I'll do. All I do is inside. Oh Lord, that last long day said goodbye. Oh Lord, I thought I would cry. She do me, she do you. She's got that kind of loving. Lord, I love to hear her when she called me sweet Daddy. Such a beautiful dream. Hate to think it all over. I lost my heart, it seems. I've grown so used to you somehow, but I'm nobody's sugar daddy now, and I'm lonesome. I got the lovesick blues. Yeah. Classic. I yodeling is one of my favorite things to do, but my wife doesn't let me do it too much.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
I'm good at it, as you may have noticed. But it's so much fun.
It's a great talent to have there, Daniel.
You gotta go back scroll back to our Ernie Seitz session a couple of months ago when he did like he's from Wyoming. He's a cowboy.
He's amazing. Yeah.
Singer from Wyoming. He did an amazing yodel on here. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I've heard.
I might throw in a quick one. You have. Can you hear? I'm using this guitar, this input. I just want to be sure the guitar's not too loud. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Can you hear the guitar?
Yep.
And the voice. Da-da-da.
Yep.
It's really quick. Spent all my life without her. Whoop. Spent all my life without her. Skeptic through and through, till I found myself in heaven one fine day. I don't know how I got here, seems you can't recall your end, but here I am, and I still am a baby. Everyone is smiling, happy as a clam. We all share a look of slight surprise. Even lifelong believers are somehow shocked to find that heaven really is a paradise. The view is quite spectacular. You can see the grand design. You can finally see the forest for the trees. Down on earth they're running around like frantic little ants. They should relax, the afterlife's a breeze. Everyone is smiling, happy as a clam. We all share a look of slight surprise. Even lifelong believers are somehow shocked to find that heaven really is a paradise. Way, way down, can make out a different destination, a place for those who did not make the grade. But up here we're nibble angel cake, the choir is divine, life in heaven is one big parade. Everyone is smiling, happy as a clam. We all share a look of slight surprise. Even lifelong believers are somehow shocked to find that heaven really is. Said heaven really is. Heaven really is a paradise. Well, heaven really is. Heaven really is. Heaven really is a paradise.
Did you write
That
that?
sounded great.
Yes.
Andy.
Skeptic
That's
in heaven.
That sounded great. Well, heaven would be when we can all get the band back together again. That would be.
Oh, you're
we
not
would
kidding.
have it. I may
Joanne,
be
I'm sure
the
you
first
feel
one in
that
our
same
band to
feeling.
have gotten both of my vaccine shots, so I'm on my way to immunity. Now another
That's so
10
cool.
days of hanging out, and I'll be at least by the books.
Wow.
Ready to be in polite society again.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank
I'm
you.
scheduled to get my first shot in the city on March 9th. Now that they're adding people with secondary, what do you call it?
Yeah,
Comorbidities.
yeah, it's quite a word.
I'm thankful.
Yeah,
Thankful for hypertension.
I'll tell you, the
So,
shots it went really easily. Although you get a little bit of reaction from the second shot. You get
my
a
mother.
day in bed watching TV from the second shot.
All right, my mother-in-law, who's with us and now, she just got her second shot.
Oh, good! I'm
yesterday.
so glad she got that. That's great.
Yeah, me too. So, Joanne, I know you had another musical.
Yeah, it's a long
Notion.
song, which I'm going to edit on the fly to try and make it palatable, because it was a band song. And I think of songs as shapes, right? And this one was like 3 funnels funneling outward. But
I like
anyway,
that.
I'm reducing it. This is the reduced version. And this is when I had just left that first marriage, and I was trying to, I think songs are largely about shaking away the fear, fear and sadness, and what's the word? Exercising it. Looking upward, looking outward, outward, brilliant charioteer. Won't you carry my fear away? Looking upward, moving onward, onward, great wheel of the sun. Carry my fear away. Looking upward, moving onward, onward, great wheel of the sun. Won't you carry my fear away? Looking upward, looking outward, outward, a brilliant charioteer of the sun. Won't you carry my fear away? Ha, ha, ha. Looking upward, looking outward, moving onward, onward, carry my fear away, carry my fear away.
Da 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 da.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do 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 do.
What a beautiful song, Joanne.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's kind of simple, you know.
Yeah, I'd like to hear the full version someday.
Nothing
Yeah.
wrong. Nothing wrong with simple.
The funnels get bigger, and then everybody gets their solos, and you know. It's,
I do
Well-
encourage anyone who hasn't done this to go on YouTube and sift for Joanne Rand. Her work with her band is really great.
thank you. Multiple different bands through the different chapters. I'm 60 years old now, and so there have been many chapters.
Oh, you're a youngster.
Without
That's what my folks say. My dad's almost 100. He just got his second shot.
that's great.
He still bicycles.
Without denigrating any of the other band members, is there a favorite iteration of what you've done with others going back?
Yes,
3 years?
we had a band called the Joanne Rand and the Little Big Band in the 90s, and we were voted the best band in Sonoma County, California.
That's so cool.
And those
Wow.
days, I mean, my bedroom was our rehearsal room. The drums, the upright bass. I had a conga player and a full drummer with
So
trap
fantastic.
and a upright bassist, and then we had soloists step in. Anyway, I slept in the midst of all the instruments that were set up. We called it the lodge womb, and
Oh my God.
and they came over every day, and it was like jumping on a merry-go-round that was already spinning. You know, it was just
So guess
wonderful.
what?
That's it. That's the
This
band.
is your life. Hold on a second. I'm going to play at least a minute or two of this. This is your life, Joanne Rand. Here we
Yeah.
go.
Needs to be louder.
Okay. Is that better? Oh,
Still a little quiet.
Still a young man,
That's Steve Kemmock right there.
almost a boy, but I can see you in the skies at night. I can see
He's the
you
reason I left the
stretched out in flight.
backwoods. I played with them, and it was
Interesting.
like, oh my God, I got to start a band.
very cool. Is the sound? Can you hear them? Okay.
Not really.
Oh, that's too bad. All right, I'll. Well, we can watch. Joanne, you can just describe a little bit.
Jeff Martin.
In the north, and I know our spirits fill
Jack
me.
Springett on the drums.
I know that love is everywhere.
Let me see if I get the volume.
Inside has got to fly. There's a joy inside she cannot hide.
That's Scott Deal.
I don't know what to do with this joy I feel for.
Anyway, yeah, that was
Yeah, I'm sorry
it's
about
like
the volume.
living in a magic spell playing with those guys. And I never would have left, but my brother got AIDS, and
Oh wow.
I moved up to Seattle to take care of him. And I tried flying back to do gigs with the band, and it just eventually just didn't work, you know.
Yeah.
But I never regretted that decision. I've always made decisions in favor of the heart instead of the
Yeah.
career. And
Well,
career
I'm
is
glad-
hard as well, but family comes first, I think.
Absolutely, always, and I'm really glad that we've been able to connect through another Joanne out in California, who connected you with me
That's
through
right.
Facebook, who I've never met and I would love to meet someday. She's all heart, it seems, as well.
I've never met her either.
Oh, that's so funny. What a world we live in now. So I think we're going to call it a day here. This is a wonderful morning session of the Sustain What Sunday Sanity show. More to come every week, every Sunday. On Monday, I'm doing one of my regular shows on how to teach online better. There's a really interesting platform I've been using to convene folks, and called Oyay, OHYAY.co. And a couple of professors at Stanford who are using it are going to be here on Monday, and then onward into the future we go. Thanks for being here.
Wait, I'd like to say, I really think that what you're doing here is really important, at least for me, because I'm not playing much these days. I chopped my finger with an axe like 3 months ago, and I'm just, you got me off my butt.
Oh, good.
To start rehearsing, and, you get us together, and it's really important. So thank you. Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to. It's kind of what I do.
It's hard to believe how many months has it been going on now, Andy? Is this the 11th month?
March 12th was when the first day I did this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that people have kind of hit a wall of fatigue with this, and it's really helpful for you doing this show to kind of string us through and remind us what there is out there.
Well, I do think the upside of connectedness online is so rich when you hit the sweet spot, and that's what I try to do here. And a lot of it's not just about performance. Same thing like Zoom. Most of the Zoom experiences are someone doing a 5-minute stand up, and then someone doing a 5-minute disquisition, and then someone else, and then they have a little Q&A, and then it's done, as opposed to a real going deeper. So I think that's what we try to do here. Well,
it's also one of the ways of marking time during this time blur.
Yeah.
No, it's Sunday. Oh, there's Andy's email. It's that's
good.
Sunday
again. If it has a rhythm to it, that's even better.
Yeah. That's nice.
And also to have distinctive. For me, I'm lucky enough to join every few weeks, and it's one of the ways that I can remember what happened like 3 weeks ago. It's like, oh, that's when David played that great song, or when Joanne sang that Amazing Grace. I am very appreciative of it as well.
All right. Well, everyone be well through into this next week. Stay safe from a distance, and close to those who are in your bubble already, and connect. Share this video when it's done with others on the various platforms, and we'll keep on keeping on. So be well, everybody.
All right.
I thought I'm going to just play out with something Joel Harrison did with his. With a band at the Alternative Guitar Summit. So you can get on with your day, or I'm just going to play this as like a closing thing. So great to have you here, and more to come, as they say. Be well. And David, we should just totally get together.
Yeah, let's do it.
That is something we can do. All right, here comes a little taste of Joel Harrison's music. This was at the Alt Guitar Summit. It was a Danny Gatton memorial. Is the sound too quiet again, or is it okay?
It's not linking in quite as well. Something you need to work on, I guess.
I guess so. All right, so everybody take care.
See you later, buddy.
Bye. So everybody take care, okay? Have a good week. Be well. Share the love and the music.